Hello friends, myself Assistant Professor Partha Mistry from Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center Navsari. Friends, today we discuss our second theorem topic, that is Thevenin theorem, apart from our first chapter, that is network theorem. So in last video we discussed about the examples of superposition theorem and GTU questions of superposition theorem. So in this PPT, we discuss the further theorem, that is Thevenin theorem. So what is Thevenin theorem? How it will be applicable to the electrical circuits, and with the suitable example, we discuss about the application of Thevenin theorem. Here is the flow of content of our topic. First of all, we discuss about statement of Thevenin's theorem. Then after a procedure for application, how it will be applicable and which conditions we have to take in. Then after we go for the example number 1 and example number 2. First of all, we discuss about the statement of Thevenin's theorem. So friends, here is the statement of Thevenin's theorem. It states that any linear active network with output terminal can be replaced by a single voltage source VTH in series with a single impedance ZTH as shown in the following figure B, where VTH is known as Thevenin's equivalent open circuit voltage across terminals AB, and ZTH is known as Thevenin's equivalent impedance. So friends, first of all, we understood the statement what Thevenin's actually say in its theorem, that it states that any linear active network with output terminal can be replaced by a single voltage source and in series with a single impedance ZTH. So in figure A, we clearly see that the network A is given over here, and across the network A, two terminals are come out. So what Thevenin say that any linear active network with output terminal can be replaced by a single voltage source. So entire network A can be replaced by a single voltage source, or we can say Thevenin voltage source with a single impedance ZTH. This one is ZTH of the entire network A. So any electrical circuit can be replaced by a single voltage source VTH and its equivalent impedance, that is ZTH, across terminals A and B. So this is the actual statement of Thevenin's theorem. So here the Thevenin's equivalent network is given, but question is that how we make this Thevenin's equivalent network. So for that we first understood the procedure to obtain current in a branch using Thevenin's theorem. Our first step is an electrical network is divided into two parts, network A and network B. The network B is the load. Here we can clearly see that here is the load is connected between A and B. So we can say it's network B. So network A and network B are separated. The network B is load or branch whose current is required. Temporarily remove the network B. So temporary what will be the element given over here will be removed from the circuit, and we have to open the network A. So what is the third step? Mark the terminals AB on the network A from where the network B is removed. We have to mark the terminal AB because we split the network into two parts. So from the first part, we get the 2 points. So we have to mark the terminals A and B. Step number 4, find open circuit voltage at AB, or we can say Thevenin open circuit voltage, or we can say VTH, or we can say VAB. All are same. So find open circuit voltage at terminal AB. In case network A containing controlled source, so the sort the terminal AB and obtain the short circuit current and ISA between terminals A and B. In case the controlled source is given in the network A, so at that time we must sort the terminals AB and we have to find the short circuit current ISC if the control source is given. But if normal source is given, if then we have to find only VTH across the terminal AB. Our fifth step and most important step, that is calculation of ZTH, Thevenin's impedance, or we can say equivalent impedance of the network. So there are three cases. Case number 1, if the circuit has only independent source. Okay, so independent source is given into the circle and dependent source is given in this kind of manner. So whatever the source is given, if the source is independent, in this case set all sources at zero values, voltage source are shorted, current source are open, and behind their internal impedance calculate the ZTH from the terminals AB. So whenever first case it says that the circuit has an independent source, so at that time we have make all sources to its zero value. If voltage source is given, then it must be sorted, and if the current source is given, then it must be open. So you can calculate the value of ZTH for case 1. If the circuit has a case 2, what is case 2? If the circuit has independent and dependent source both. So at that time, we calculate VTH and ISC as per the step number 4. So if case 2 is given, then how we calculate ZTH? So we have to first of all find the open circuit voltage VTH, and then we short the terminals AB and find the value of short circuit current ISC, and we have to take the ratio to calculate the ZTH as per the step number 4. Now, case number 3, if the circuit has only dependent source. In this case, we can apply a voltage V externally at the terminal AB. So the current I will be flow because we apply the voltage. Due to the application of V, we can calculate the value of ZTH. So whatever the value of ZTH we get, that is V upon I as per the Ohm's law. So here the three cases applied, which kind of configuration is given in the exam or in your book. So apart from that, three cases developed and correspondingly we calculate the value of ZTH with different cases. Next step is replace the entire network A across terminals pair AB by a single Thevenin's voltage source VTH in series with ZTH. Now friends, we have both the values VTH and ZTH. So network A, which will be removed initially from the network B. So now entire network A will be replaced by a single voltage source VTH and Thevenin equivalent impedance ZTH. Then step number 7, connect the network AB or branch back to the terminal AB from where it was removed. Initially we removed the network B. So now entire network A will be replaced by a Thevenin voltage source VTH and Thevenin impedance ZTH, and their terminal will be connected to the network B. Now calculate the current flowing in network B by using following equation. So now the network B will be connected. So the Thevenin source will feed up the network B also. So calculate the current, that is capital I is given by VTH divided by ZTH plus ZL. So the current flowing to the network B is Thevenin voltage divided by total impedance. So which total impedance? Thevenin impedance also plus the impedance offered by network B also added. So that is ZL. So where ZL is impedance or resistance of network B or branch. So this is all about the procedure of Thevenin's theorem which will be applicable to the any electrical circuit. So friends, this entire phenomena we discuss with reference of one example, so we can clearly understood how the Thevenin theorem will be applicable to any electrical circuit. So let us start with the first example of our Thevenin theorem. The question is that find the current in 4 ohm resistor shown in following figure using Thevenin's theorem. This is the question of GTU exam May 2012 and asked for 7 marks. So in this case, what is the question? That is find the current in 4 ohm resistor. So here the 4 ohm resistor is given between terminal A and B of following figure using Thevenin's theorem. So our target is to find the current I flowing through the 4 ohm resistor. So let us start with our step number 1. So what is step number 1? Determination of VTH, open circuit voltage, or we can say Thevenin voltage. Disconnect the branch of 4 ohm resistor from the network. The voltage source of 24 volt is converted into the current source. So recall our first figure. So the network B is our 4 ohm resistor. This is our network A. So we have to remove the network B in first case, and we convert this 24 volt voltage source into current source. So if we convert this 24 volt source into current source, so the 3 ohm resistor is then connected in parallel with the current value that we will find using Ohm's law, and we convert the figure to determine or to identify the value of VTH. So in this figure we have the remove the network B and open the terminals. Now I equals to V upon R. So 24 volt by 3 resistance. So that is 8 ampere current we get. So 8 ampere is placed over here, and the value of resistor that will be connected in parallel with 8 ampere, and another 3 ampere is already given in our figure. So from the figure we can clearly see that 8 ampere and 3 ampere current are feeding the network in the same direction, so we can easily add both the current. So 3 ampere plus 8 ampere, so total is 11 ampere current is flowing, and we can see that 3 ohm resistor and 6 ohm resistor both are in parallel. So if we write equivalent value of both the resistor, so we get the value of R equivalent, that is 2 ohm over here. And if we modify the network, we put the 11 ampere in parallel with these 2 ohm resistor, so we get the new figure like this. And from this figure we calculate the value of VTH. So V equals to IR as per the Ohm's law. So value of I is 11 ampere and value of R is 2 ohm. So open circuit voltage VTH equals to 2 into 11, that is 22 volt. So friends, by using the open circuit terminal and making the voltage source into current source and simplify the network, we just get the value of VTH, that is 22 volt. Now what is our step number 2? Our step number 2 is determination of RTH, or we can say ZTH. Both are same. So in figure 1, short circuit the voltage source and open circuit the current source, and from the terminal AB we just see how many resistance are given and calculate the value of RTH. So we clearly see that the voltage source is short circuited, current source is open circuited, terminals are open over here, and from the terminal we can see that the RTH will be calculated. So from the figure, RTH will be 3 ohm is in parallel with 6 ohm. So 3 into 6 upon 3 plus 6, so 2 ohm is the answer. So the LTH equals to 2 ohm. So now friends, we have the both the values. First value is VTH and second value is ZTH. So now the Thevenin equivalent network we will build up along with the network B. Initially we remove the network B. Now the Thevenin source and Thevenin impedance we have. So as per our procedure, now we easily connect the network B. So over here Thevenin source is 22 volt VTH, ZTH is 2 ohm. Now the network B, that is 4 ohm, is connected with reference to terminal A and B. So the Thevenin circuit is now built up, and our target is to find the current through the 4 ohm resistor. So we have to find the value of current through 4 ohm resistor, that is I equals to VTH upon ZTH plus ZL. We have the value of VTH, that is 22 volt, value of ZTH, that is 2 ohm, and value of ZL that is given in our main diagram, that is ZL equals to 4 ohm, which will be added over here. So 22 divided by 2 plus 4. So 22 divided by 6, and by simplification we get the 11 by 3, and the value is 3.67 ampere. So this is our final answer, which will be asked in your GTU exam. So this is all about our Thevenin theorem application, how it will be applied. Initially we calculate the value of VTH by open circuiting the terminals of network A, remove the network B. Initially second case we find the value of ZTH. After onwards VTH and ZTH we develop the Thevenin equivalent circuit. And if it may be asked in your GT exam that calculate the current in the load side, so then we apply this process. So finally in this example we get the value of current I, that is 3.67 ampere. Now friends, we discuss about our example number 2. Friends, here is the example number 2 with a different configuration. Calculate current passing through 60 ohm resistance in the circuit shown by following figure using Thevenin's theorem. This question is asked in your GTU exam January 2015 for 7 marks. So we have to calculate the current passing through the 60 ohm resistance using Thevenin's theorem. So it will be our network B and remaining part is our network A. So what is our first case? Our first step is remove the network B and calculate the value of ZTH. So now we discuss our step number 1. So as per our procedure, our first step is remove the 60 ohm from the network and draw the network as shown in the figure number 2. So here is the 80 volt source is given and figure becomes like this. So the 10 ohm with reference to our positive terminal, that is A, with 50 ohm to negative terminal, and in second loop the 50 ohm with reference to our negative terminal B with reference to 10 ohm to our negative terminal of our voltage source. So how this figure will be built up? So recall our first figure. Suppose initially we have to remove the network B. So apart from that, we remove the network B. So from 10 ohm to 50 ohm to negative terminal B, this is our first branch. Then 10 to 50 to negative, and second one is 50 to 10 to negative. So this figure will be redrawn in our second half portion. So this will be like this, that we already discussed, 10 50 to negative and 50 10 to negative. So it is easy to build up, and we find the value of I1 and I2 from the figure. So I1 equals to I2 equals to 80, the voltage source V, divided by the value of resistance, that is 50 plus 10. So the value is 80 divided by 60, and the value is 1.333 ampere. So I1 equals to I2. The value of I1 and I2 both are same, and the value is 1.333 ampere. Now we can clearly know about the open circuit voltage VTH. So what is the value of VTH between A and B? So 50 I1 minus 10 I2, voltage across the point A and voltage across the point B. So that is the difference between A and B is our open circuit voltage. So 50 I1. So the 50 I1, we take the reference of ground over here. So with respect to ground, we calculate the value of voltage at A and voltage at B. So again, we will discuss about the VTH, that is 50 I1 minus 10 I2. So here I1 equals to I2 because the current is flowing in the both the branches are same. So instead of I2, we just write I1. So the 50 I1 minus 10 I1, that is 40 I1. And we have the value of I1, that is 1.333 ampere. So put over here 40 multiplied by 1.333, and we get the value of open circuit voltage, or we can say Thevenin voltage, that is 53.33 volt. So in this figure we get the VTH, that is 53.33 volt. Now friends, we calculate the value of RTH, or we can say ZTH. So value of RTH. So from terminal AB, if we simplify this figure, so 10 ohm and 50 ohm becomes in parallel, and again 10 ohm and 50 ohm for the second branch comes into the parallel, and see the entire network from the terminal A and B. So we can calculate the value of RTH. So from this figure, RTH equals to 10 parallel 50 plus 10 parallel 50. So 2 times we can write it 10 parallel 50, and by simplification we get the value of RTH, that is 16.67 ohm. So this is the value of RTH, or we can say ZTH, that is 16.67 ohm. So now we have the value of VTH and ZTH. So draw the Thevenin equivalent network and connect again network B set, that is 60 ohm. Our target is to find the current flowing from the 60 ohm across the terminals AB. So we have to develop the Thevenin equivalent circuit like this, VTH, RTH. So this is our network A, and initially from where we have removed the network A, connect the network B again. ZL equals to 60 ohm, which will already given to our figure. Our target is to find the value of current flowing through from the 60 ohm. So the equation will be I equals to VTH upon ZTH plus ZL, where VTH equals to 53.33 divided by 16.67 plus value of ZL is 60 ohm. So we have to write over here. So value of I we get 0.695 ampere. So total current flowing from the 60 ohm resistor, that is capital I equals to 0.695 ampere we get using the Thevenin theorem. Again we recall initially what we should do. We have removed the network B, then open the terminal, calculate the value of VTH, then second step we have to calculate the value of ZTH, short or open, and make the only resistive circuit. So calculate the value of ZTH, develop the Thevenin equivalent circuit, and connect again network B and apply the Thevenin current, that is I equals to VTH upon ZTH plus ZL. We get the value of I. So friends, this is all about the Thevenin's theorem. So in next video we discuss more example with different configuration of Thevenin's theorem. Thank you.